It's a city home to one of the most loyal and passionate fan bases in football. And all the noise they're making is being captured by the Dome here at Ford Field in Detroit. Well, a tough start for both of these teams, still searching for their first one of the season as we get going in week 3. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Thrown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down.
This offense will take that from their ground game every time. But I know, because I've been around this league a long time, runs like that, they're really hard to come by. It takes everybody, and maybe a little breakdown there on defense, too, to take advantage of.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3.
Hey, not a bad play by any means. There's room for... They know it.
Second down now, 7 to go. Taps it quick to the receiver coming across. Broke through the tackle. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
Well, this is a headache-inducing run for a defensive coach. I could just imagine that staff both upstairs and down on the field watching the kick, because now, well, they don't have to just worry about this guy catching as a receiver. Now they know he can be a weapon in the ground game, too.
Play action now, Allen. Brought in right side. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
All right, all set up now. 1st and 10. Here's the one back on the handoff. And he may have just reached the edge of the red zone before going down. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
From the 20 on 2nd down. Finds him over the middle. It's inside the 10. And this is down all the way to the 3. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal.
The analytics will tell you a handful of these kind of plays per game, and your odds per drive of scoring go way up.
This drive has been excellent. A few shots now, it's starting with 6 as they come up on it, 1st and goal. Plowing up the middle. Just 1 yard on the run. Still in good shape, though, with 2nd and goal from the 2.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Ball at the 2 here for 2nd and goal. They're running again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Only a yard that time. A defensive stand brewing here, and it brings up 3rd and goal. Fullback trying to power it across. And once Once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Only 1 yard on the pickup. Oh boy, now they're facing 4th and goal.
This is why it's so important not to overcommit to the team's lead runner. It went to a secondary ball carrier, and they cut him down for a big red zone stop.
And the hit stops him cold. Wow, he maybe got back to the line. And their first drive won't end in points after all. He stopped, and they're going to turn it over on downs. First game on the ground to Jahmyr Gibbs. And a little... 1 yard up the gut, 2nd down.
As an offense in these situations, Kate, you could feel your own goal line, and you're not going to risk putting the ball in the air. So that means you're going to run it, and you're going to buy whatever breathing room you can.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Back in his own end zone, looking to throw. Connects on one to Jameson Williams. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And that'll be 1st down, Detroit.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Gibbs now from the gun. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
2nd down now, 7 to go. From the 27. Space past the 35. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum. Keep that defense on its heels.
They're set up at the 35 now. On 1st down, it's Gibbs. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Dropping back to throw. Into the hands of Pat Freiermuth. And that will not be enough for a 1st down.
Kid, I promise you, if you and I got to travel the country and watch young quarterbacks, even really good high school quarterbacks, out routes are the hardest to complete. Slants, goes, fades, all that stuff comes somewhat naturally, but really trusting yourself to throw that out route, that comes with time and experience.
Now he'll throw off the play fake. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
That's somebody they're going to look for if he has any space deep. That space, though, Kate, just disappeared between when he let that pass go and when he actually made it down the field.
And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. It's scored as a 51-yard punt. And the 49ers will go on offense. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Right up the gut. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle. We finished 1 quarter in what's still a scoreless game. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the 2nd. We're back to Ford Field right after this. We're back, and it's 49ers football as we resume. They'll be set up 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. Past the 35. 20, 15. And he's going to score. Touchdown, San Francisco. The 49ers get the game's first points here in the second. That one splits the uprights. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. The 49ers have it on the tee as they kick it away here. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. I'll start on the ground with Gibbs. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. They motion the tight end over. This is Gibbs on 2nd down. And he's just spinning his wheels, man, this entire first half. They drop it behind the line.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the old lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over them.
This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. That's caught for the first. And they get there to touch him down, Brock, with a big gain on that play.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Throwing now from the gun. Laporta with the grab. And they're going to touch him down after a short pickup.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the 2 defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum.
Straight ahead with Gibbs. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss.
These edge defenders in the league today, Kate, they've got so much on their list to do. A huge to-do list. They got to get to the passer, they got to set an edge, and they got to stop that run game, not just on the end of the line, but in that case, right in the middle of the field.
They send one of the tight ends in motion right. To the air, 3rd and long. Heaves this one for the back of the end zone. Oh, we put way too much on that one, Brock. Over the end zone and out.
Whew, I think the coverage got away with one right there, Kate. There was actually space, and if that throw came out 1 second earlier, that could have been 6.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And that gets out of bounds down inside the 20. Looks to be at about the 17-yard line. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. And that's incomplete, but he might have done a little too much to cause that. Flag comes out, and this could be interference. And it's as we expected, partner. The call pass interference, so put it at the spot and give him that 1st down. Allen now on 1st down. Looking right, and he finds him. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. Third and short in your back pocket. You can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Handoff on second and short. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. That's a short gain of 1. And it brings up a San Francisco first down.
You know what I love about that play call? It was simple. Nobody overthinking on the sideline or out on the field. Just an offense going to work and moving those chains.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. On first down, Allen. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete.
The offense not shy about sending him downfield to try and stretch that secondary. Even still, one of the deeper targets you'll see him get, it's a shame they couldn't find a connection.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Back to the air, Allen. Irving hauls it in. And he's short of the first after a wild gain.
How's your block shedding out there, boys? Because they need to get through some blocks to hang that screen up quickly. They were Johnny on the spot.
Third and 6 for them to figure out now. It's Allen out of the pistol. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. Now the Lions calling a timeout. They're first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. Ball on the 45, first and 10. Here's a give up the middle. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Aiden Hutchinson, energetic as always after making the stick. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up second and 9.
They got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
They'll come to the line here, second and 9. From the shotgun, it's Allen. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Christian Harris picks it off. Second down, they go pass here, and it's intercepted to kill the drive.
And that is one way defensively to get your teammates off the field. That was all about anticipation. Great move there by the defender to take it away and put his offense on the field.
Good field position for the Lions here as they head up to the line. First and 10. They'll come out throwing. That's caught. Here comes Jahmyr Gibbs. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Talanoa Hufanga there to make the play.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Hand off to Gibbs from the gun. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. Lions really moving with a sense of urgency. Clock keeps running. To throw it on first down. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Here's second and 5. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time, well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Third down from the gun. Throwing this back in the end zone. And he will score. It's Right down the middle. It's good. And the Lions tie this game 7-7. Bass now to kick this away. From well into the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Just 25 seconds remaining as they get all set up for first down. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. We get a timeout here taken by the 49ers. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Only took him 1 play partner, and they've already made it to that 40-yard line. Throwing now on first down, Allen. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. San Francisco calls it second timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home with that sack.
Trying again, following the sack. Escapes the pocket. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. Just before halftime, we get a timeout, take it.
You know, that's a situation. May have worked out better if he'd thrown the ball. His running ability gets him a chunk of yards, but still some work to do to get that first down.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Looking to throw. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he's out of bounds just short of the 30. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things: separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks. That's the trust. And then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field. You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. The 49ers have it on the tee as they kick it away here. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Off the gut they go with Gibbs. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Again, it's Gibbs. He's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. 3 yards there and enough to move the chains.
You know what I like about a 2nd and short run play, Kate? Yeah, I like getting a first down, but you know what I like even more? That's going to set up a play-action pass in a similar down and distance, and that defense is going to have to key on the run.
Going to the ground again on first. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
You know how we hear about teams and quarterbacks avoid targeting a stud quarterback, just throwing away from him? Well, maybe they should avoid running it anywhere near this guy. He's having no issue stopping these plays cold.
Another one for Gibbs. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Bernardo Green with that tackle. 6 yards the pickup there. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Looking to throw on 3rd. Lays out left side and gets it. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that gives the Lions the first.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
Running it with Gibbs. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
His goal's pretty clear, Kate. Crash forward and then crash inside. Set that edge, but if you can come inside and bury that runner before it gets started, all the better.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Here's a throw. Oh, he loses the football. And this is picked up by the 49ers. And they stop him before he gets much on the return.
You're using this play to try for a 1st down, but also set up whatever in your back pocket for 3rd down. But you know what? Throw it all away. None of it matters now if you can't hang on to the doggone football. And the defense pounces on that one in a hurry.
Allen setting up play action. This one finds Irving. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that 1st down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believe it, your guy can get there.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
I think this is the part where they run away, Kate. As in run away from that monster. He's just too strong a presence to try to block them inside, and that time, it cost him some yards.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Working from the gun, it's Allen. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
The 49ers are lined up in punt formation. And we'll see how his debut offering goes. He punted a couple of times last week in their loss, and now gets this one away. That punt goes unanswered, no return there. And the Lions will go on offense. They'll get this drive started, 1st and 10. Drive starts with a quick throw left, complete. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
Play action on 1st down. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
2nd and 10 now. That's knocked away by a defender, incomplete.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. He'll throw it. And that one's incomplete. For now, he brings up 4th. Let's see what this penalty flag is all about. So it seems like either way they were getting a 4th down here, but this way cost them some extra yardage too.
Hey, I get you want to avoid a possible turnover by forcing it down the field, but it's really hard to find a scenario where 10 yards and a loss of downs is the better outcome.
It's taken at midfield. And a big hit on the return to stop him cold. That punt reaches 50 yards. And they'll get ready to go on offense. First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he finally ends up out of bounds after a huge gain. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Coming off that carry, I'd go right back to him. Not a hotter hand on the field right now. Get that man the rock.
1st down, and they go right back to him. Hits the end zone for the San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers lengthen the lead at the end of the 3rd. Well, we all knew what was coming when they got into that goal line formation, didn't we, Brock? And they just pound the rock in for an old-school touchdown.
I just sometimes love that stuff. Nothing fancy, nothing cute. Here's our formation. You know we're running right at you, and we challenge you to stop us, and you can't.
The 49ers have it on the tee as they kick it away here. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Got Williams, and it's complete. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. It's a gain of 22. And that'll be 1st down, Detroit. So we hit the end of the 3rd quarter. It's Lions ball. They come in trailing, but that lead is within reach. First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Motioning the tight end now. That one's incomplete, couldn't connect.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Back to throw now. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. Looking for his wide receiver there. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Along the sideline, he brings Bangs it in. They say he got the feet down, too. Excellent work. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
On the ground, it's a give to Gibbs. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby. But you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice. Once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. The defense calls a timeout. That's their first. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. They'll try and throw it here. This throw is cut. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
It's Gibbs on the carry. Runs it in. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions making a 4-point game here in the 4th. It's a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown. And he connects there, so now another kick from him. A field goal to tie this game in the 4th. Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw now, Allen. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. And now it's 2nd down. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. Complete beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a 26-yard pickup there. And that's a 49er first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Lone back gets the handoff. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it. And we'll move to the next.
2nd down now, 7 to go. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that first down.
Not that he needed to, but he'll always try and remind people that he's a threat running it, in addition to slinging it all over the field.
Third down, 1 yard to go. Oh, and they're going to have the fullback trying power for it. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
I think some of us watching that in real time might not have been sure. He sure was. He knew exactly where he had to get for the first, and he popped right away, signaling that he had it.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Backfield is empty as they motion him out right. Buying some time right. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
He did exactly what he was supposed to do on that play. Felt the pressure and escapes the pocket. After that, it's on somebody downfield to get open and give him a target. No one did, and he simply has to get rid of it.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line.
Good defensive tackles in this league, Kate. They can take up a couple blockers. Great defensive tackles, well, they stuff the stat sheet just like that, knocking that run backwards before it could get started.
This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Looking to throw. He's on the move. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. So rather than let the 2-minute warning hit, the defense burns the first of its timeouts.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. They'll run the counter. And he runs this down to around the 12-yard line. He gets a half dozen on the carry. That's also going to bring up 3rd and 6.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite out of the big meal between them and the first down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
They come to the line here. This is 3rd and 6. He's back to throw. Cut near the goal line. Touchdown, San Francisco. So that should be the one that does it, Brock. A big one late that puts them up here 2 scores.
What a complete performance overall. The clock where it is and where it stands right now, Kate, that should be the capper. And that is so satisfying as an offense to go up 2 scores.
That one right down the middle. And the 49ers make it a 10-point ball game. The 49ers have it on the tee as they kick it away here. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Tight end going in motion here. To throw it on first down. Throw complete to Williams. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Put the ball in your hands, number one. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
Pass play on 1st and 10. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. And he sails that one over the end zone. That throw doesn't lead to 6. So that brings up 2nd down.
Well, if nothing else, that proves they're not afraid to take a shot on any given snap. And with enough looks, eventually, one's going to connect.
Again to throw now on 2nd and 10. On the move, headed right. Into the hands of Gibbs. They get this down to the 28. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Back to throw. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. Intercepted, but oh, wait. Officials say that he wasn't in bounds. The offense can let out a little sigh of relief.
Hey, I understand why this crowd and these fans were celebrating a touchdown, but not so fast. Catch, that looked good, but you got to get both feet down too.
Looking to throw it. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. Impressive play, but they are well shy of the first down.
That one came with a higher degree of difficulty. He had to balance focusing on the catch while staying in bounds.
Tyler Bass on now for the field goal try. From the right hash, this is going to be a 41-yarder. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! Pulls him back within one score here in the 4th.
That kick obviously gets it back to a one-score game. Now the real question, Kate, how good do those onside kicks look at warm-ups? How good do they look all week in practice? Is it time to pull out the onside kick or trust your defense with 2 timeouts in your pocket? Hey, the numbers don't lie. The numbers tell you, Kate, time and again, it is so hard to recover these onside kicks. And when you got an opponent prepared for it, well, that makes it even more difficult. They could stop the clock now if they choose. In the final moments of the game, every second counts. If you're going to call a timeout, you want to be right next to that official to signal it in just as that knee goes down.
So it's a win for the visiting 49ers. And even fighting that dreaded body clock with the West Coast trip, they played their game, and they're taking this victory back east with them.
I can't believe I paid for this. I can't believe what I'm watching.
So that's it for us here. Brock Heward, our crew, I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the 49ers, as we'll see you next time from Detroit.